what would they call them? White Bread Productions or something. These white dudes, I don't know. White Bread. Yeah, I think it was something. I have to look it up. I'm not watching again, but I, I'll just, yeah, it's White Bread Productions. That sounds good. Um, they rap against them, and I'm trying to make this sound interesting, but there's really, I mean, oh, you know what? The best part of the movie, there's no story. I really can't. I'm trying to help myself out here because I'm sucking right now, but it's really all they did was ride around the Cadillac rapping to people, and they ended up well, they ended up going to this dude's house. As a white guy, and anytime the N word was said by they actually white people said it. I'm surprised they've lived through it, but they said it. And anytime they said it, they'd skip the tape. They like, and they were trying to make it. They're trying to show that this is a bad word. That everybody and their mama shouldn't be saying it. It's not. It's not good. For some people don't like to hear it. I believe in free speech, but somebody can call me, whatever they want. I don't care what I am, So, I know what I am, so you can call me, whatever. I don't care. I'm still me and stupid and whatever else. I know I'm stupid. You can call me smart. I'm not gonna get offended. But they were trying to show it in where it's a bad word, and it went on and on, skipping beat. And they ended up going to this dude's house. He was a pothead, and they were going to buy some marijuana. I guess that's what you do. I don't know. Just buy some marijuana. And they went and they taught this guy, and he dropped the N-bomb, and they were like, "Yo, dude, don't do that." And what's bad is even the six brothers in the Cadillac were kind of like wannabes. Like, they were all trying to be hard the whole movie, and it just wasn't coming off. I'll show you some examples later, but I'll explain. And they were at this dude's house, and he dropped the N-word, and they were like, "You can't do that." And they one of the dudes took a gun that he was trying to sell him. He snatched it from him, put it to his head, and talked trash. But he's punk, he ain't gonna do nothing. So he stood there, and they ended up taking his weed, and he gave him acid, and they dropped acid, and they started tripping. They were like, "When is this gonna kick in?" And they kicked in later, and it was stupid. And dude was trying to count lights, and one was, thought his hands had wings, or he was doing like this. My hands were wings. Yeah. It was stupid. All right, and the funniest part of the whole movie, the most memorable thing for me, was one of the brothers in the Cadillac was like, he'd get out of the car and walk around, and he was all hunched over and retarded, and they called him, Quasimodo and stuff like that, and he was all retarded, and he talked with a stutter, and it sounds kind of like me, no, he talked with a stutter, and he was retarded, is what he was acting like, and then when it come his turn to freestyle, like his back, he just straightened up and start rapping like these hardcore lyrics, like hardest one out of all of them, and that was the funniest thing in the whole movie. It had me cracking up. But that's the fun stopped there for me, man. I don't know, like I don't know how I stayed awake. It's probably because I'm drinking. Yeah, they rap some more, man. This is horrible. They rap some more to some more people, and one of the guys, his name was Killer. They called him. His nickname was Killer. He was a light skinned dude, the most wannabe out of the wannabes. The wannabe, and he was stopped at the car. All 5 other brothers got out, and this one sibling stayed in the car. And so they were standing there at this liquor store, and the car shakes like a truck ran in the back of him. He's like, "Yo, man, who hit my ride? Hit my car, rah, rah, rah." And he's like, "I'm about to get him." And he don't even get out of the car. He's sitting there talking trash, just sitting in the car for like 2 minutes. The guys that hit him park next to him and walk around the car right in between all of them. "Excuse me, dog." They move him out of the way, and they go right in the liquor store. And then all his 5 other cousins are talking him up. They're like, "Hey, you got to go in there and stop this. I mean, they just hit your car. They hit the Cadillac, man. You can't let that go. It's a Cadillac, man. We're brothers, and this Cadillac is one of us. You gotta go in." Instead, all of them, they said, you gotta go in there. Just because he was driving this time, they all drove. Like, even the retarded guy drove, and he drove better than the rest of them, too. He was good retard. And so, he goes in, and he's like, alright, I'm gonna go teach him. And right when he walks in the store there at the register, he's like,